Okay, since I removed the motor and tranny, as you can see, my last video, I think it's time to start removing this dash and some other parts like the shifter. I'm not sure how this dash comes out of here yet, but I can see there's screws up here along the edge. So I think that's the first thing I'm going to remove. Then I'm going to come down here and take this shifter out, start pulling parts, start getting things tagged and bagged, getting put in totes. So that's what my plan is for right now, is just to get the rest of this pulled apart. So guess I'm going to have an adventure. Hope I don't break anything. Here we go. Okay, guess we'll get started here. First thing I'm going to do is remove these bolts that are holding this plate on here, or actual shifter. I'm going to speed the process up here a little bit. Here we go. Out. Little seal. Even though the seal's no good, we won't throw it away. We're going to hang on to it. I'm going to bag and tag these bolts, get this put away. But first, I'm going to yank this thing out of here. It can't be hooked to anything. There we go. Out. Gone. I'll get that put away. Okay, now I'm just going to remove these screws along this trim, get this trim pulled off. Probably going to be the easiest thing to remove. Okay, got those removed, but there's other screws in here that are holding the dash. So I'm going to get those removed next. I'm not sure how many there are. Looks like 3, maybe 4. Looks like 4. So let me get them out of there. Okay, looking at this dash, looks like I have 2 screws here above the heater controls and 2 bolts down here. And it looks like there's little Allen screws here on the sides to take these knobs off. So I think that's how that bezel comes off. The dash bezel with the gauges, I think there's supposed to be a screw there, and there's one there. One there, and one there, but it's missing. Looks like above them, up there, are 3 screws. And I think this might pull loose. But I also see an Allen wrench head right there to get that knob off. So I'm going to have to go find those. And I think that might pull loose. The steering column looks like 4 bolts, possibly nuts. And this may drop down to let that come out of there. The radio, looks like right here is the only wiring for it. If I unplug that, that'll be the wiring. And then there's a screw on this side there's one right behind that brace. I don't know if you can see that or not. Phone just won't go in there. You see the one right there too. And I think this radio will slide out. So I'm gonna see if I can't get the radio out first. I'm gonna hook them wires, pull those 2 screws, and see if this radio will come out. And there we go. It was. Just unhook the wires, take this screw and this screw out, and it came right out. Easy peasy. And looky there. They did come off. It's that little Allen wrench on the side, or Allen screw. They came right off. So that's cool. Okay. I pulled the 2 screws in the top and the 2 bolts in the bottom, and this pulled out. And I just connected the wiring, but you can see there's 3 cables still going to this, which obviously goes over to the heater box. But I think I can go in there and remove these 2 screws, and this should come out on its own. Because all you have to do is push these cables off the side. So all you have to do is push these cables off. After you unbolt those, that should come out of there. So that's my next move. Alright, there we go. Got that bezel out. Now we move on. Well, I took the 3 screws out up there, and there's only one in the bottom. The other one's missing. And I got it pulled out to there. It looks like there's a speedometer cable's held on with a nut, and hopefully this wiring harness is on a bolt once not on bolt. Hopefully this wiring harness will unplug once I get that nut off there. It's a pretty big nut. That looks like a 3/4. So let me see what I can do with that. Okay, I decided I'm going to drop this steering column. I got that nut off that speedometer cable, but it's really not going to help me much pull this apart. Looks like I still can't get to the wires. So I'm going to drop this, and hopefully this unit will come down a little further and I can get to these wires. Oh, 6 of them. Hey, I did drop it some. That ought to help. Here we go. Out. Well, we see about getting this dash pad out of the way then. Okay, I'm trying to get the dash pad out. I like to know the screws are loose. Am I missing something? Don't feel like there's anything there. Is there something you gotta pull on? There ain't nothing back here holding it. Better check in the middle there. Don't feel anything there. Dang! Evidently, it was just tight. Woo-wee. There you go. That dash pad out of there. That was definitely tight. Looks like we got a stick over here. Oh, that's caulking on the windshield. Alright. See what else we got going on here. Okay, I'm looking at this light switch. There's a button back there just like all of them ever have, GM and all that. Pull it out, push the button, pull the rest of the way out. But this one looks like it's got a Phillips screwdriver that would turn this bezel out of here. Man, I hope that's right because I'm going to really hate tearing this up if it's not right. Alright, let me get a screwdriver and see what this thing will do. Oh. Well, I'll be damned. It's turning out. Figured it couldn't be that easy. Huh, there it is. Was that easy? Cool. Unhook the wires and get that switch out. There it is. Okay, I got the wiring out of the way. So I'm going to come up here and unhook these bolts for these cables. And I'm going to pull these cables out of here. There's 3 of them, just like on the other side there was. I'm going to pull these cables out of here. And I think there's only 4 bolts on the outside that holds this in place. So let me get these cables loose and pulled off here and let's see what happens. Okay, got the cables unhooked. tubes for the vent unhooked. I have the wiring unplugged. I think that's all this needs inside, I hope. I'm actually thinking that if I take these 4 nuts off, I think this whole unit will push inside. I may have to cut these hoses off because I don't want these hanging out here. And I don't want to pull them all the way through. So let me cut these hoses off and see what kind of damage I can do, okay? Okay, my other phone died. I cut them hoses off and got lots of antifreeze out. I took those 4 nuts off and that fell right inside. So I'm assuming that whole unit's loose now on the inside. So I'm gonna go in and check it out. Well, it does look like it's all out of there, doesn't it? Let's see if we can't pull that out of there. Ta-da! Let's come back and get the rest of this, huh? Well, that don't look so bad. Of course, I ripped it up, so we need a new cardboard piece, but put that right there in the old storage box. Pretty clean inside, huh? Take it, that foam goes around that cowl section. That wasn't so bad. Get this in storage next. All right. It looks pretty well hollowed out on this side. Keep moving along. Get these vents out next. I decided I was going to remove this gas pedal. It turned out not to be as complicated as I thought. It's kind of crazy, to be honest with you. It's got a little spring that kind of goes around everything. And there's a screw with a Phillips head that actually holds it to the shaft. I'm going to get the shaft out of here. I'll show you what I mean. But on the outside, you've got to take these 3 bolts out and slide this through the firewall out towards the motor, which I bet that's a pain in the ass if there's a motor in here. But get these bolts out and I'll show you how it goes back together. Okay, let's take a look at this. This attaches to the firewall. This goes up to your, down to your transmission. This is for your linkage to the carburetor, so when you press the pedal, it pulls back. But inside the car, you've got this. And the way it works is your pedal attaches to it. Take the screw, you put it in like that, and you go ahead and tighten it up. Tighten this up like this. And that is how your pedal pivots. Then you have this. Pretty cool, huh? See how the back is? Okay, next, I think I'm going to try to remove these wiper parts. See way over there? It looks like right here there's a clip. If you take it off, each one of those arms will probably come off. And I think it'd make it easier to get to these bolts that are going to be hidden behind arms. So let me see if I can't get that clip off there. Take a better look at that thing. Look at that. That worked. Clip off. Now with any luck, I should be able to take those arms out. All right, that's what I'm talking about. Now I'll get these bolts out, and these things should come right down, with any luck. Okay, I got the 3 bolts out to the short arm on the driver's side. I'm not going to lie to you, that is really a pain in the butt to get to. I'm going to pull that arm off right now. There it is. Arm. That's the short one. The driver or the passenger side is the long one. So I'm gonna go pull those screws out. Here we go. And there we are. Out. Looks to be original to me. December 7th. Took the bolts out. Bracket and everything came out. Well, I'm going to tell you. I lost some of my video of me pulling that wiper motor out of there. I was under the dash, showed you the wires you needed to unhook, and the 4 bolts that come out of the firewall there, or the cowl area, for you to pull it. So that kind of sucked. And I also pulled the wires through from the engine, through the firewall inside. It's just, I lost that video. That really sucked. But I'm going to stop here for now, and I'll pick up from here and probably get the rest of the wiring harness out of here, get the brake pedal out, get the e-brake out. I'm not ready to pull the steering column yet. I still like to be able to steer the car around. But yeah, that's pretty good progress. If you've enjoyed my video, please subscribe, like, share. Thanks for watching. Later.